The sky glowed red. The sound of crackling fire filled the night. People screamed and ran as flames ate their wooden homes. Buildings fell, sending sparks into the dark. The wind blew hot embers across the city, lighting new fires everywhere. Parents carried children on their backs. Neighbors shouted for help. The river was crowded with boats, each packed with families fleeing the blaze. The city was lost in smoke. Even from far away, the disaster was easy to see. This was not the first time Tokyo faced such a night. Through history, the city has burned many times. It has also been shaken by earthquakes and broken by war. Each time it seems the city might die. But Tokyo never gives up. After every disaster, it rises again. This cycle, destruction, then rebirth, shapes the city's soul. Long before the city's bright lights, there was Edo. Edo was a small fishing village. It sat by a wide river, surrounded by marshes and trees. Fishermen took boats out at dawn. People lived in simple houses made from wood and straw. The village was quiet. The sounds were soft: birds, water, the wind in the grass. Edo's people grew rice and caught fish. They sold their goods at the market. Life was slow and peaceful, with little change from year to year. There were dangers, of course. Sometimes the river flooded. Sometimes storms broke roofs and ruined crops. But Edo was far from the center of power. Few outsiders cared about the little village. No one guessed that Edo would become the world's largest city. Its story was just beginning. In 1590, everything changed. A powerful warlord named Tokugawa Ieyasu came to Edo. He built a castle on a hill, making Edo his home and stronghold. Soldiers followed him. Workers built walls, bridges, and roads. More people came to Edo for work. Farmers, craftsmen, and traders all arrived. Edo quickly grew from a village into a bustling town. Shops opened, streets filled with people. The castle watched over everything, tall and proud. Tokugawa Ieyasu soon became the ruler of all Japan. Edo was now the center of government. Powerful lords called daimyo had to live in Edo for part of each year. They brought their families and servants, making the city even bigger. Edo's population exploded. The little fishing village was gone. In its place stood a rising city, ready for the future. For over 250 years, Japan closed itself off from the world. Foreigners were not allowed to enter. Japanese people could not leave. This time was called the Edo period. While the world changed outside, Edo grew in its own way. The city became one of the largest in the world, even bigger than London or Paris. Streets were crowded with samurai, merchants and workers. Theaters and tea houses opened. People enjoyed art, music, and storytelling. Edo was famous for its order and safety. Strict rules kept the peace. Each area of the city had its own leader. Fires and crime were always a danger, so teams of firefighters and guards stayed alert. Life was not easy for everyone. The poor lived in small, packed houses, but people found ways to enjoy life, sharing stories, food, and festivals. Edo was strong, but always at risk. Edo was a city built of wood that made it beautiful and, honestly, pretty dangerous. Fires broke out often. Some were small, but, some grew into these huge disasters called Edo's flowers. One of the worst came in 1657. The Great Fire of Mereki burned for 3 days. Over 100,000 people died. Almost 2/3 of the city was lost. People ran to rivers and open fields for safety, but the flames moved too fast. After each fire, Edo rebuilt. People worked together to build new homes and shops. The city grew back quickly, often even bigger than before. Firefighters became heroes. New laws tried to make the city safer. Wider streets, fire breaks, and water storage. But fire kept returning. Edo learned to live with danger. Each disaster taught the city how to survive. In 1868, Japan changed again. The old government fell and the emperor moved to Edo. The city was given a new name, Tokyo, meaning Eastern Capital. Japan opened its doors to the world. Change came fast. Tokyo got trains, telegraphs, and factories. Western clothes, food, and ideas arrived. Old wooden buildings gave way to brick and stone. Tall buildings went up. The city stretched out in all directions. People came from the countryside to find work in Tokyo. The population soared. New schools and hospitals opened. The city became a center for culture, business, and learning. But with growth came new problems. Crowded streets, pollution. The city was still at risk from fire, and now earthquakes too. Tokyo would soon face its hardest tests. On September 1st, 1923, the ground began to shake. At first, people thought it was a small earthquake, but the shaking grew stronger. Buildings swayed, then fell. Streets split open. Fires broke out everywhere. The Great Kanto earthquake killed over 140,000 people. Half of Tokyo was destroyed. Entire neighborhoods were lost to fire and rubble. Water pipes broke, so firefighters could not stop the flames. People searched for loved ones in the ruins. Hospitals were full. Many had lost everything. For days, the city was silent except for the sound of crackling fire and cries for help. But Tokyo would not die. Even while the smoke still rose, people began to rebuild, stronger and safer than before. In the 1940s, World War II came to Tokyo. Bombers flew over the city at night, and they dropped firebombs that turned the sky red. Whole neighborhoods burned. The city's old wooden houses just couldn't stand against fire from above. One night in March 1945, the bombing was the worst. In just a few hours, 100,000 people died. More than 1 million lost their homes. The city was covered in ash. Survivors wandered the ruins, searching for family and shelter. Factories, schools, and shops were gone. Trains stopped running. Food was scarce. Tokyo really seemed beaten, broken forever. But even then, people did not give up. Neighbors helped each other. They cleared rubble and built shelters. Slowly, Tokyo began to live again. After the war, Tokyo was almost empty. Buildings were gone. Streets were just dust and debris. Yet hope remained. People started small. They built homes out of scraps and set up markets in the open air. Children played in the ruins. Workers cleared broken bricks and stones. New roads and trains were built. The city grew quickly. Factories reopened and jobs returned. Schools and hospitals were rebuilt. In less than 20 years, Tokyo became a modern city again. The world was amazed. In 1964, Tokyo hosted the Olympic Games. Fast trains and tall towers showed the world a city reborn. Tokyo's people had turned disaster into hope. They proved that a city can rise from ashes. Now Tokyo is one of the world's biggest cities. More than 37 million people live in the greater Tokyo area. The city is known for its safety, speed, and bright lights. Trains run on time, streets are clean. People from all over the world come to visit. But Tokyo remembers its past. The city prepares for new disasters. Buildings are stronger, made to stand through earthquakes. Fire drills are common. Emergency kits are in every home and office. Tokyo is always busy. Shops, parks, restaurants, and temples stand side by side. Skyscrapers rise above gardens and shrines. Even with so many people, the city remains calm and polite. Still, Tokyo knows that danger could come again. But it is ready, always prepared to rebuild if needed. Tokyo's story is one of endless rebirth. It has faced fire, earthquake, and war. Each time, it seemed the city might disappear. But the people of Tokyo did not give up. They rebuilt stronger and wiser each time. This cycle, destruction, then rebuilding, is part of Tokyo's spirit. It shows that even when life is hard, people can find hope. Even after the worst disasters, new life can begin. Tokyo teaches us that strength is not about avoiding trouble. Real strength is rising after you fall. It is helping each other and never losing hope. People everywhere can learn from Tokyo. No matter what happens, we can rebuild. We can create a better future from the ashes of the past.